Okay guys, so then now let's try and figure out how we're going to simplify the square root of, the square root of, I'm not recording this right, am I? Okay, so as usual, I'm having technological difficulties, but there you go. Alright, so let's go ahead and simplify the square root of 88. Now I know you guys are like, Miss Choi, what are you doing? But this has to be done. Alright, so we're going to write down steps too because this is very important, okay? So to simplify square root of 88, first we have to find the prime factorization. In case you don't know what that is, that means you gotta do the factor tree. So let me show you how. And you can't do it right here, okay? You gotta do it over here where you show your work, okay? So 88 is, we all know 8 times 11, and 11 is a prime number because 11 can only be divided by 1 or 11, and that's it. So what about 8? 8 is the same as 4 times 2. 2 is a prime number because 2 can only be divided by 1 or 2. 4 can actually be divided by 2. Basically, 2 times 2 is 4. So you have to remember to circle all your prime numbers. Okay? I'm going to put a star right here. Remember to circle all your prime numbers. So then the next step to simplify something like square root of 88 is to just write your 88 in your prime factorization form. So if you look over here, 88 is the same as 2 times 2 times 2 times 11, right? And you know, if you don't believe me, what you can do is actually multiply everything together. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 11 is, ta-da, 88. So this is really important that you know when you multiply everything, it ends up being the original number that you started with. Now, the next step, actually let me finish writing down step number 2, which is write number inside the square root in prime factorization form. I don't know if this makes sense. I hope it does. And so that's what we did right here, okay? Then the next step would be to find the perfect square. And so I'm going to have to go to the next page for that. Uh-oh. No, maybe just a new page. Okay, so then we have to find the prime factorization, okay? I mean the perfect square. So the third step is to find the perfect square. So then you might be wondering, what is the perfect square, Miss Choi? And so all I can say is the perfect square is the same number that you multiplied twice. We talked about squares and 3 times square, a square has 4 equal sides, right? And the area of this square is 3 times 3, which is 9, right? And so a perfect square is just that, 2 numbers that you multiply together and it's the same, right? And so one side is going to be the square root. Anyhow, let's go back. We have that, and so what we're doing right now is finding the perfect square. As you can see, 2 times 2 is 4. So this is square root of 4, right? And so that is actually a 2. So that is how you know that the 2 times 2 is a perfect square and it could actually escape the radical prison, okay? So now I'm going to go to the next page because my steps are, you know, all filled up over here. So I have space here, but, you know. Okay, so just remember, these 2 times 2 came out became a 2. So this 2, the red one, is going to go outside to the front. And then the 2 and this 11 over here, they're going to stay. All right? Okay. So there you go. Change my color. So that is 2, and then square root of 2 times 11. Okay, and we know why, because we went back, these 2's became a square root of 4. It is a square root of 4, so that's a 2. So then now this 2 came outside, and the 2 times 11 is still on the inside. Okay? Now over here for step number 3, we have to say find the perfect square and pull it out of the square root symbol, right? So then, once we do that, we just have to clean up in here, which is, you have to remember to multiply the 2 and the 11 together. And that's your answer. So that was how you simplify a radical equation. And so what I want you to do is, I want you to go ahead and try simplifying. Let's see, what would be a good one? A square root of 176. Okay? Well, thank you.